Good evening. Tony Davis coming to you from Mastermind Organized Effort Public Speaking Leadership Academy in cooperation with Lena Park for this evening's video. Tonight's session I'm here with Karl and Rakiem. They're residents of Lena Park Community Center. And tonight we're going to be talking about the title of this show tonight is This Is Me and I Am You. Understanding your God-given gifts. The purpose of this interview tonight in this video is to let others know that you may have an impairment, but that impairment is not stopping you from being the full version of who God created you to be. There are some of those out there who can see very well, who can walk very well, but yet still they're crippled and they're blind. And they can't see their true God-given gifts from within. And as they say, as within, so without. I'm going to start with Karl. Karl, good evening.
Good evening.
And welcome to Mastermind Organized Effort Public Speaking Leadership Academy.
Yes, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm just gonna get right to it. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is the one and only DJ Castratus, hailing from Boston, Massachusetts. Yeah, man, I'm here. And I'm happy to be here.
Question. What models do you live by?
I live by two of them. So the first one is patience is a virtue. And to me, that means that you're just waiting on that next patient positive opportunity, that next goal, that next biggest thing. I've always been a big advocate for that, and especially with my line of work, being a DJ, the field is very, very competitive. So that's something that I keep in mind for me. And then the second one is, I don't remember exactly where, but I know in the Bible it says something about being humbled. That is me. That's a quality that I embody quite well. As someone who is blind / visually impaired, and again, like I referenced, with my line of work, I seek to be humble in all that I do, even from the basic stuff to the most advanced stuff. So yeah, that's those are the models that I live by.
Next question I have for you. If you had to say something to someone to motivate or inspire them, what would it be?
Well, there's a couple things I would say. The first thing is definitely practice. Practice makes permanent. If you try something, you find out that you're not good at it, how else would you know if you don't practice? And the second thing I would say is always remain true to yourself. I remember growing up, I was always told, stay true to yourself. And that has been given to me, so I'm just giving that to those who feel that they want to do something positive, motivating, and then some.
Thank you. And the next question that I have for you, what has been your motivation?
Again, quite a few different things. God being my number one motivation, because without God I wouldn't be here. And that's facts on facts. Number two, my parents. My parents are really big, fans of my motivation. And three, it's a common one, but the music. the music has always been a huge part of the motivation.
I've had an opportunity to watch you play, and watching you play, it was almost like watching someone without an impairment.
Yeah.
Your heart was in your music, your heart was in how you played, and how you presented yourself while playing the music. It was almost as if watching someone who has 20/20 vision navigate the music, navigate the instrument. And I was just amazed by that.
I appreciate that, man. A lot of my peers, they know I'm very modest, so I'm about to get modest there, because that's just me. I try, man. I try. Music has always been in my blood. That's how deep it's embedded in my veins. Is it okay if I give a quick back history?
Please do. And you can speak up just a little bit louder for the audience and the camera.
So, before I was born, my father was a DJ. So he would do parties, make tapes for friends. And you gotta remember, like, this is like the late 80s, early 90s. So, and then my grandfather was involved in the music industry quite well. And again, a lot of things were a lot different back then. So for me, I caught the DJ bug very on. I would say probably about like maybe 2001 to 02 maybe. And I haven't looked back, but hey, I'm still here. trying to get it right. 20-something years later, yeah, I'll take that.
20-something years later, did you hear what he just said? Think about that. And I'm talking to you, the audience. Think about that. How has the impairment heightened you as a person?
It definitely hasn't heightened me to the point where, to be more aware of what's around, who's around, just the type of, I guess you could say the type of positive energy I choose to surround myself with. Things of that nature. It's heightened that so well that I only choose to surround myself and be around, positive, like-minded, driven / ambitious folks, such as myself. So yeah.
That is key. What is your why, or what has been your why up to this point?
Oh man, what has been my why? Again, it goes back to the music, you know what I mean? That good music, and I just want to emphasize good music, because where we are today in the 21st century, things of that nature, there's been a lot of complaints about the music that's coming out now, so, but good music, timeless music, that's been my what. And the why is because growing up, that's all I grew up on. You know what I mean? I grew up on classic soul, jazz, R&B, funk. My mom, has had a vinyl collection at one point. Just being able to watch her put the needle on, hear her put the needle on the record. That's big for me.
Thank you. Where do you see yourself, and who has been your inspiration? I heard you talk about your father
Yep.
being your inspiration
Yep.
as a child.
Yep.
So let's go back to the question. I want to ask again, where do you see yourself?
Oh man, I don't know, man. Like, definitely being a DJ for an artist, tour DJ, radio DJ especially. This might have to be a two-part series because I got a lot of things to say just as far as like radio and things of that nature, so we can get into that next go around. But
actually, this is only part one, folks, ladies and gentlemen. There will be a part two.
Yes.
And hopefully there may be a part three just as well too. So please continue.
Yes. So like I was saying, radio DJ especially. You know, and just giving back to the people. I see myself giving back to the people. That's where I see myself at. And to answer your second question, who has been my inspiration? Oh man, there's been so many DJs, man. I don't even want to name any one particularly, but I'm gonna give a few names. I'm gonna start with myself as an inspiration. Because when I was growing up, I didn't think I could do this whole DJ thing. I didn't think that I could take two records and mix them together. And now with my creativity being on a whole nother level, yeah, I didn't think I'd get into making my own blend tapes. Clinton Sparks, Chubby Chub, of course, I gotta give a shout out to the OG, Mr. Funky Fresh. I gotta give a shout out to Jeff Two Times, DJ Drew Nice, DJ C Scott, DJ Philly Black, and even some of my own DJ brothers that I'm partnered up with. Shout outs to my man DJ Mix Smash, who's another blind DJ. Shout outs to my man Sean Swift. Shout outs to, I'll see the shirt, right? I represent it hard.
Let's give the audience to see it very well.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Cause look at that drip. Look at that drip.
All right, now they see it. So we're gonna get to the last question. If you could make any changes of your choosing, what would they be?
So, for me, being a passionate person of good music, a lover of good music, I would make changes to the radio market, man. Because I feel that the radio market is oversaturated and there's so much talent. And notice I said talent, not popularity or anything like that. We're talking strictly skill set. There's so many cats that are talented and unique that don't get the credit that they deserve. And if it was up to me, I'd make changes. I know plenty of people, especially on the other side, on the West Coast, they don't have that luxury of growing up with live radio. So if I could, I would give the state/city a platform to where there's live radio, to where they can hear good music, to where the music could make them feel good because I'm making them feel good with my musical skill set.
Thank you, Karl, and thank you, Karl, as well as DJ Castratus.
Yeah, man.
In what DJ Castratus talked about, it reminded me of a quote from Nelson Mandela. And that quote is that everyone thought that it could not be done until it was. Now, for the second part of the interview, hello, Mr. Rakiem.
Yeah, glad to be here. Glad you have me on this evening.
Speak up just a little bit louder.
I'm glad to be here this evening. Thanks for having me on. My name is Rakiem. I'm the organizer of a Saturday morning walking group called Family and Friends Living Healthy. Thank you all for tuning in this evening.
And what days and what times could they, what days and what time does the walk take place, and how long is the walk?
We meet every Saturday. We begin on Saturday, June the 7th at 9 a.m. with the walk starting at 9:15 a.m. We meet at the Franklin Park Golf Course Clubhouse located on 1 Circuit Drive in Dorchester.
Let me ask you a question. Medically, they gave you a diagnosis, or they put a name to what they call an impairment. What is the name of the impairment?
I'm blind and visually impaired.
Did you hear that? He said he's blind and visually impaired. However, his heart and his soul has the biggest vision and the biggest sight. I'm going to ask you some of the same questions that I asked DJ Castralis. And the first question is going to be, what models do you live by?
Okay, the models I live by, the first model I like to live by is a saying, the mind is a terrible thing to waste. My dad used to always say that when I was younger. You want to put your mind to good use, positive thinking, positive connections within yourself and the others that are around you. It can be in the community, at work, or in school. And another motto to live by is to always be kind to others, because somebody can be having a bad day, and a little smile or a good afternoon can make somebody's day.
Now, there's another quote that reminds me that says that kindness is the kind of language that the blind can see and the deaf can hear. My next question for you is, if you had to say something to someone to motivate and inspire them, what would it be?
To motivate or to inspire, I would say to get out and find your gift. It can be through art, or what Karl had said earlier, DJing, helping others in the community, sports, just being a good listener to others. Or it can be a teacher to somebody, a mentor to a youth that may need it, especially during this time with everything that's going on. They need a positive influence to look up to.
Next question. What has been your motivation?
I'll say a motivation of mine is myself, because as I mentioned earlier, I'm blind and visually impaired, and others probably, okay, let me reword that. I'll say that others probably don't know the strengths that those that are blind and visually impaired can have on others. They can be very successful if they put their mind to it and using their God-given gift. As I said earlier, it's all about searching your gift and what you want to do with your gift. But let me be clear, make sure it's a positive gift, not negative or detrimental to yourself or the community.
I want to take a step back, and I want to apologize to the both of you, as well as to the audience, because what you both have conveyed here was not motivation. It was discipline. Motivation can fizzle out, but discipline will always get you over the finish line. So the question shouldn't have been your motivation, but the discipline. So thank you for that. Next question. How has the impairment heightened you as a person?
It's made me more aware of my surroundings, of what's going on around me. I can pick up on stuff. Somebody had told me that a few years ago. I can pick up on stuff that's in the room, people's expressions, what they may be thinking or feeling emotionally.
Thank you. Next question. What is your why? What has been your why? Even though I believe that you have given us part of your why, but could you give us a little more in depth as to your why, and also what led you to create the walk?
To answer your first question, my why is the community, those that are out within the community, because I see people out there are looking for like-minded people to be around, to build connections with others. You never know when or if somebody's going through something. They may need a support system or somebody to talk to. I also say that those that want to get healthy as well, they may be looking for somebody or a group to walk with, because people don't like to walk by themselves. They prefer to walk with others and to build lasting connections with each other. Say the other part.
You answered both questions very eloquently, and thank you. My next question to you is, where do you see yourself, and who has been your source of internal, not external, but internal inspiration?
Okay. Well, to answer your first question, I see myself continue to be out in the community, making a bigger impact on others through walking and other endeavors like helping out senior centers, nursing homes, because that's what people need these days. And inner inspiration is myself, because again, being blind and visually impaired, people may doubt us, but we don't doubt ourselves. We continue to make strides within this world and to make positive impact on others and the community at large. That's about it.
I just want to say, for the record, if it's possible, I just want to slip in and just say, never say never. Never say never. Rakiem is my best friend. We've been friends for a very long time. I'll just leave it at that, because I ain't trying to show our age and nothing like that. But for the record, this guy motivates me too, man. He motivates me to keep playing and just again giving back to the people, because people really need that. People need that. And what we try to do, especially as a collective, we'll talk more about that on the next go around. But what we do more as a collective is, that's all our mission has ever been, is to be able to give back to somebody, to be able to give back to some people. Blind and visually impaired people, we go through a lot. So just next time if you got a loved one, you got a partner, whatever the case may be, man, just take a second and just think about, that guy who's a full inspiration over there, and then this half guy, as I guess a third of an inspiration, man. And just look in the mirror. Think about it.
And I'd like to add one last thing. You tend to get what
Speak up, yes.
the last thing I like to say is you tend to get what you give. So basically, if you put out positive energy, positive
you'll get
emotions,
that back in return.
you tend to get that coming right back to you. And that's a saying.
Alicia Keys said it best. She said, "What goes around comes around." I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You go back and listen to her 2004, I think it's 3 or 4 album. That song Karma's on it. Go check it out for all my people who love classics and throwbacks.
Last and final question for you. If you could make any changes of your choosing, what would they be?
Okay. Any changes to my choosing? I would say.
Speak up.
Any changes? I would say to have more health-related activities in the community, like more walking groups. I'm sure there's more out there, but I'm sure there's more out there. But to create more walking groups across the city, the state. Again, if you put your mind to it, it can happen.
Ladies and gentlemen, and there you have it. Mastermind, organized effort. The mastermind is not me, myself. This is the mastermind. If we can come together as a people, even though we have different perspectives, all of us are battling something or someone. It can either be internal or external. However, if we come together in a harmonious fashion for a desired goal, anything can be accomplished. And as you see me sitting here with DJ Castratus and Brother Rakiem, they've created a mastermind of their own many, many years ago, and it's still flourishing today. We heard community, we heard togetherness, we heard love, we heard harmony, we heard peace. We also heard never to give up on you. This is part 1 of a 2-part series, and it may even become a 3-part series. Because in the next series, we're gonna have DJ Castratus set up behind his equipment so you can see. We're also gonna have, hopefully we have a few individuals from the walk come by and tell us about that walk. So we're gonna continue to move forward, but we're also, this segment is about motivating the community. Letting folks know that just because you have an impairment, it doesn't have to be an impairment. You don't have to have self-limiting beliefs. Take a look at these 2 young men. Do you think they have self-limiting beliefs? I don't think so. Until next time, my name is Tony Davis, coming to you from Mastermind Organized Effort Public Speaking Leadership Academy in association with Lena Park Community Center. We look forward to having you back here for part 2. If you have any comments, please share them, and we will definitely get back to you. God bless, have a good night, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.